Hello there, everybody. So today I would like to share with you what is perhaps the wildest and easily the most obscure item that I have in my collection. What you are looking at here is my Milton Bradley Electronic Grandmaster chess set. This was originally released in 1983, and this computerized chessboard, it not only allows you to play a game of chess against a machine-controlled opponent, but also features the truly insane ability where it can move the chess pieces all by itself. And again, this thing was released in 1983, which is just absolutely wild. The box itself is even insane. Apart from all of the fantastic information it gives you regarding the capabilities of this machine on the rear of the box, I really love this big caution statement it gives you on the very front panel. Growing up, I was so used to seeing that warning on the box for something like a Lionel train set or a Tyco slot car track, and seeing the warning always assures me that whatever is lurking within the box must be so much fun. Oh, and yes, because this box is so massive, it absolutely gets Daisy's seal of approval because, I mean, what little critter like this wouldn't like such a huge box? But anyways, enough about the box. It's time to actually open this thing up and show you what's lurking inside. So, obviously, we have the chessboard itself, along with some documentation, but additionally, we have two smaller boxes here held in place by the styrofoam. The first one contains the AC power supply for the board. This is quite the proprietary PSU in that it has this unique plug, and it provides two different voltages for the electronics within the chessboard. And then secondly, we have the cooler of the two inner boxes, the one that contains the very special chess pieces unique for this board. Obviously, the box contains a complete set of both colors of pieces, along with two special crown pieces that are used for indicating a pawn that has been promoted to a queen. The pieces themselves are your standard plastic affair with one unique attribute. There is a small magnet located in the base, which of course might give you a clue as to how this chessboard actually works. As for the documentation, we are first given a generic manual for the rules of chess. From what I can tell, I believe this is the same manual that Milton Bradley included with nearly all of their chessboards, electronic or not. And then secondly, we have this really neat questionnaire and registration card. I always love finding these included with old hardware and software since they serve as a pretty nice time capsule into the era which the item was released. I also really wonder what Gene Lewis is up to nowadays. I'm sure this P.O. box has long been closed down. And then lastly, we have the really important instruction manual. This booklet is tremendously critical for learning all of the different capabilities that this machine has and how to properly use it. It's the one thing you really don't want to go missing when you have one of these. But okay, now it's finally time to show you the actual chessboard itself. So right away, I must say I absolutely love how sleek this machine looks. On the front panel, we have some indicator lights to allow the computer to communicate directly with you, and a long strip of all the function buttons that allow you to issue commands to the computer. Setup is rather straightforward. You pretty much just have to set the pieces as you would on any other chessboard, with white being placed on the control panel side. Then all you have to do is just connect the power supply and flip the power switch located along the side of the machine, and then it comes to life. Right away, the board begins its initialization process that it must do on startup before every use, and some of you might already be able to guess how this thing works based on the sounds it makes during this process. The initialization takes about 40 seconds to complete as the machine goes piece by piece to both verify that something is there and to center the piece within its respective square. Once this process is complete, it is now time for you to make your first move. The entire playfield is fully touch sensitive, and in order to register your moves with the computer, you simply tap the piece you wish to move on its starting square, and then again into the square that you would like to move it to. The computer verifies that this move is correct, and then it takes its turn by moving a piece all by itself. This is where it gets really wild. Every move that the computer makes, it physically slides its own pieces across the board, completely as if by magic. It's just truly crazy seeing this happen right before your eyes. And not only can this thing do basic linear moves, it is also capable of making some really impressive and complex adjustments. My favorite has to be when it activates a knight, where it has to temporarily move a pawn out of the way in order to advance the knight to the proper rank. It is also perfectly capable of castling all by itself as well. And when the computer manages to capture one of your pieces, it even removes the piece completely from the playing field, again, all by itself. The fact that it can make these moves with total accuracy and consistency is nothing short of just astounding. Now, apart from this amazing party trick, there are also some really cool features packed into this thing. First off, the Grandmaster actually makes for a really nice teacher for someone who's trying to learn chess. For instance, the computer is capable of letting you know if you attempt to make an illegal move by displaying this error if you try to enter something that is invalid. Secondly, if you ever find yourself stumped regarding your next move, simply press the hint key and the board will make a suggestion by actually wiggling a piece. And if you made a bad move and want to rewind the game in order to try something else, you are of course completely able to do that move by move to any point during the current game, all the way to the beginning. The Grandmaster also features multiple difficulty levels that you can play against. Check out this chart here in the manual that suggests what kind of a processing time to expect with each difficulty level. On some of the highest settings, the computer can take close to 4 minutes to calculate its next move. What's nice is the board even has its own reset feature. By selecting the new command at any point, the board will then immediately begin relocating every piece back to their original starting positions for a brand new game. My other favorite function button would absolutely have to be the auto command. By pressing this, from that point on, the computer takes full control of both sides of the board and will play the current game until completion. You can even press this at the start of a brand new game if you really wanted to just sit back and watch a chess game unfold right in front of you. There's enough randomization written into the program in that I've never seen a fully automatic game play out in the same way as one before it. Right now, I'll even show you an automatic game from beginning to end. I am by no means anything more than a complete novice when it comes to chess. But if any of you watching this happen to really know how to play the game, please, by all means, let me know how proficient this computer seems to be as it plays against itself here. I'm genuinely curious regarding how competent this thing really is. There's certainly more that this chessboard is capable of, but right now I think it's best that I answer the question that I'm sure all of you tech-savvy folks out there keep wanting to ask, which is, how does this thing even work? Well, even though the underside cautions against opening up the chessboard, I'm going to do what any proper tech review YouTuber would do and blatantly ignore that. Immediately after removing the lid, we find initially we can see the giant membrane sheet that registers the inputs from both the playing field itself and the function keys along the front panel. And below this lies the secret to the magic. For those of you who were guessing, I think it has something like a XY plotter in it, since the moment you first heard the sound of this thing while it was running. Congratulations, you guessed it. So, under the playing field lurks an electromagnet attached to 2 arms, which is then moved into position thanks to these 2 belts that run the length of the board. The computer is able to determine the exact position of the electromagnet based off of these 2 optical rotary encoders, and energizes the magnet in order to grab onto the other magnet located in the base of the piece that sits above it on the playing field. The one thing I wish I could show you would be an image of the logic board itself. However, I certainly do not feel brave enough disassembling this thing any further than this, especially taking into account that mine is working flawlessly already, but I can at least confirm that the main processor is a 6502. But unfortunately, I do not know any more details regarding the specific chess program it is running, or what kind of special circuits it has to drive the motors and the electromagnet for the plotter. Even so, it is unbelievably impressive how not only this design worked pretty much flawlessly when it was first released, but it continues to work flawlessly over 40 years later. I haven't refurbished this, it still is kicking to this day. Once in a blue moon, I will catch it making a mistake. Most often, accidentally, it will grab a adjacent piece while making a long diagonal move with either, say, like a queen or a bishop. But I would say these errors are so uncommon, you could go dozens of games without seeing a single hiccup whatsoever. I probably put my machine through a good few hundred moves during the filming of this video, and then, again, this was all without a single issue. So, that is an overview of this incredibly fascinating chess set. Again, it's just truly special watching chess pieces glide across the board directly in front of you, as if by magic, and even more so when you consider the age of this machine. Oh, and by the way, I actually own two of these things as well, with my other unit being something particularly special. This board happens to be one of the evaluation units used during development at Milton Bradley. The person I purchased both of my Grandmasters from was formerly an engineer in the electronics division at Milton Bradley's R&D department throughout the 1980s. And this person told me that this board contains an updated version of the chess program which is capable of playing a much stronger game. Again, as I'm a complete novice at chess, there is no way for me to properly test this fact. However, being that the machine seems to run its moves at a somewhat faster speed compared to my standard board, this does provide some credibility to this. I've also been told that only 3 of these development boards with the more advanced program were ever made, and mine is only one of 2 that are known to exist in North America, with the other third being located, I think, somewhere over in England. But yeah, thank you for joining me on this look at the Milton Bradley Electronic Grandmaster chess set. I hope you enjoyed this tour of this fantastic machine, and hopefully I will have some more content about some of the other wild stuff in my collection for you in the near future. But in the meantime, have a great day, everybody, and I will see you next time.